Good afternoon, guys. I would like to tell you that this year I finished an advanced life support course. For my, it is very important since I worked very hard to be able to complete the money to pay for it wanted to it since I work in plastic surgery clinic and I don't they were asking to be able to continue with the homologation process. I think that they can achieve everything you said you mean to in life. We take risks and thinking possibility. My goal this year is they also be able to take a thanatopraxia course. It is related to what I always wanted to study, which is criminology, but my dad didn't left me and also because I have another two job opportunity. I like to architect new college science and any maintain in my life economy can put the intro practice. Thank you.
My name is David Felipe Mendez Molina, and my anecdote history is in the last year, my 30 years old dog died. It was very sudden because just 3 months ago he had no apparent illness. When that happened, I didn't know what to do. I had responsibilities at university, but I didn't feel like doing anything. I focus on doing tasks and keeping my mind busy, but I won't have been able to get through it without the support of my family and especially my girlfriend. I still remember it and it makes me nostalgic, but I prefer to remember when he was happy.
Afternoon. My name is Stefania Roman and I'm from nursing school 4th semester. And I'm going to share with you one of my meaningful experiences that I have when I was in the practice of auxiliary nurse. So it was when I have my first code blue and it was so surreal. So for the begin, I was in the morning shift, the 7 a.m. at like 4 p.m. if I remember well. So the night shift nurse make the delivery shift with us. So we begin to grade every patient in the hospital. The patient was for a accident that she had, like a fracture, hips fracture, and cerebral contusion. So, but she was conscious. So we speak to her a brief moment, but right up like that there. So when we arrived at the room of the patient, she was in pain. So she said to a colleague there that she have pain. So when we finished the delivery, the night shift nurse go to the room of the patient and she saw her with the tongue blue and she was swollen with the eyes swollen. So the night shift nurse called the resident and the resident checked her and she said she's in a cardiac arrest or she's in code blue. So we activate the code and everyone was so quickly we are going to do this called therapy respiratory therapy, called the urgencyologist and maybe the defibrillator, but we don't use the defibrillator. We start make CPR. I did not make CPR because I was just a student. But the nurse coordinator, he told me, you're going to pass a Foley. A Foley is like a tube that goes in your urethra. So you can imagine how hard was that, because the patient was so rigid that she cannot move her legs, and I cannot see through urethra. Like, oh my god, did I put where it is the right place? That was my concern in the day. I was so shaken, and I was, oh my god, my friend. Thankfully of God, she managed to survive that day, and then we take her to the ICU, the intensive care unit. After that, I was so shaky. I didn't know what to do. I was out of space. Like, my brain and my mind were in other place, but my body were in there in the hospital. But I was so, oh my god, that happened so crazy. The morning shift start to make notes, every medication, everything. We need to take note of everything what we use and what we need with the pharmacy. So that was a crazy and mad day, but it was a meaningful experience in my life. I think I learned about how to be responsive in that action, in that moment, how to act when that situations happens. So thank you. That was a bit resume about what happened that day, because it was a tremendous day. So thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Eduardo Rebelo, and the story I am going to tell you today is about when I went to Cuba on a trip in 2018. My family and me went to Cuba for a couple of weeks where we did a lot of activities like fishing or exercise or visiting famous places, all right? But the story of today is seafood fishing, like shrimps, mussel, or lobsters for the lunch. It was an area where it was legal to do this, and my concept, I decided to dive with the diving suit. But stop. Bad news for us. So, right now it's so funny, but this day it was terrifying. Okay, when we went in the throat, it would be easy, but was not. The pressure of being underwater and also the nerves affected us with my cousins. And even thought I was able to catch some mussels and one lobster. It's so delicious, the lobster. My cousin, unfortunately, stepped out on stingray, or in Spanish, mantarraya, without realizing it, and it caused a big bleeding in the right leg. We had to pull him with my older cousin out of the sea as fast as possible and take him running to the hospital. Remembering this is kind of funny, because just when I went to help my cousin, I almost stepped on the mantarraya or stingray. It was a bit scary, but the trip was great. In the end, my cousin had